Greetings to Netrunners and welcome to our look at the new 23 seconds data pack from the new flashpoint cycle. Today we're looking at the runners cards, starting with the anarchs. And first we have System Outage. Event current, cost of 1, has this card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is scored. Whenever the corp draws one or more cards, he or she loses 1 credit if it's not the first time he or she has drawn a card this turn. So this is a good little way of wearing down the corp's economy, forcing them, if they want to draw more cards, they have to lose more money, which is quite a theme in this set. Next we have a new runner for the anarchs, Null, Whistleblower. Link strength of 0, identity natural 45-15. Once per turn when you encounter a piece of ice, you may trash 1 card from your grip. If you do, that ice has -2 strength for the remainder of this run. Now that's really good because if you've got a full hand, then you can lower a regular piece of ice that's about 4 or 5 strength down to nothing, so you don't have to pump your ice up at all. Or if it's a really strong piece of ice like Hadrian's Wall, you can lower it to a manageable level. And so if you just keep a couple of cards in your hand that you're not really holding on to, maybe they're copies of something you've already got in play, this can be really handy for using with this ability. Next we have the criminal faction, and we have GPI Net Tap. Cost of 3 hardware. Whenever you approach a piece of ice, you may expose it. You may then trash GPI Net Tap to jack out. Now this is handy if you think the corp set a trap for you, like they've just put an agenda in a very protected server, or what you think is an agenda, and you make a run on it. Now with this, if you can then check a piece of ice. It doesn't say which piece of ice, it doesn't have to be the first one, but any piece of ice. And if you think, no, it's something dangerous that you can't deal with, you can then just jack out by trashing the GPI Net Tap. Next we have Hernando Cortez, a new resource connection for the criminals. Cost of 2 has, if the corp has at least 10 credits, as an additional cost to res each piece of ice, the corp must spend credits equal to the number of subroutines on that ice. So if the corp's got more than 10 credits, they're going to be spending a lot more to res each piece of ice, especially ones that have 3, sometimes 4 subroutines on them. And that's just another good way to wear down their economy. And if you've watched any of my games on my channel, you'll notice the players I usually go against, the corps, usually do have a lot of money. So this will be intensely handy for my criminal decks. Next we have the Shapers and Mirror, a new hardware console. Cost of 3, has +2 memory, and whenever you make a successful run on R&D, you may replace 1 spent recurring credit. Limit 1 console per player. Now this is very good because things like Ghost Runner, where you get a number of credits to use during a run, this means that you can replace those credits. And whenever you make a successful run on R&D means that if you can keep running on R&D, you can keep replacing the credits. Which is handy when we bring up this next one. Die 5, or V. Cost of 6, memory cost of 1, has program Icebreaker AI, strength of 1, and has pay 2 credits, break all subroutines, use this ability only by spending credits from stealth cards, and then 1 credit for +1 strength. So that, what we talked about earlier, about replacing the credits on cards like Ghost Runner, means you can now keep using this ability to break all the subroutines on a piece of ice. No matter how many there are, you can just pay 2 credits from your stealth card and break all of them. So I think it's going to be a nice little combo we'll see a lot more of in the future. Next we have a new card for Sonny Labau, the first of the new cards printed for the new runners. I have Another Day, Another Paycheck. An event current, cost of 0. This card is not trashed until another current is played and an agenda is scored. Whenever you steal an agenda, force the corp to trace 0. If unsuccessful, the runner gains credits equal to the number of agenda points in both players' score areas. So if you're ahead, or the corp's ahead on agenda points, if you see they're a bit low on cash, you can use this and trace 0, which means the corp will get nothing. If you've got a strong length strength, that means they get nothing towards that. And you can put in a bit of money, knowing that you can get a lot back if one side or the other is already ahead on agenda points. So that's a nice little one. But it does rely on you having to steal an agenda at that turn, so we'll have to see how it goes. Next up, Deuce is Wild. Cost of 2, event. Resolve 2 of the following in any order. Gain 3 credits, Draw 2 cards, remove 1 tag, or expose 1 piece of ice, then make a run. And this card was designed by 2014 World Champion Dan D'Argenio. And it's just amazing to be able to do any of those 4, and you can do 2 of them in any order. That's just brilliant. Of course, it was designed by one of the world champions, so you gotta expect it to be good. And I'll be definitely going in my decks. And finally, we have Injection Attack. Cost of 1, event run. Make a run and choose an icebreaker. That icebreaker has +2 strength for the remainder of this run. Now this is a really good run event. For just 1 credit, you're boosting your icebreaker by 2. And it can be any icebreaker. And it's for the remainder of the whole run, not just the encounter with that piece of ice. So I think this is going to be a really good card, and we'll see a lot of use out of it. Well, that's all the runner cards for this time, Netrunners. Next time we'll be looking at the corp cards. Stay tuned, and remember to like and subscribe.